everyone, it's Ayla, and it's time to do my Walk of Shame booktuber slash book lover version, which is my shameful TBR pile. Do you remember back in December or November when I said that I'll try to go like a book buying ban? Yeah, that didn't work. The TBR mug method, yeah, that didn't work. So what I want to do in this video is show you all the books that I have yet to read and make up a new plan for how I'm going to demolish it by 2016. The first two books I need to read are a complete duology. They are the first two books that L.J. Smith, one of my favorite authors, ever wrote, and that is The Knight of the Sardis and Heart of Valor, both by L.J. Smith. Next, I have the Black Magician trilogy by Trudy Canavan, which consists of The Magician's Guild, The Novice, and The High Lord. The Great Book of Amber, which contains the entire Amber Chronicles and was written by Roger Zelazny. The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. The Biomancer by James C. Hines. Paladin of Souls by Louis McMaster Bujold. City of Lost Souls and City of Heavenly Fires, which is behind me, but it's under the rest of the series, so I don't want to get it out right now. I know I still haven't read those two books, but in my defense, the City of Fallen Angels was a complete disaster. Thieves' Magic by Trudy Canavan and Killery Justice by Anne Leckie. The Cuckoo's Calling and The Silkworm, the first two books in J.K. Rowling's crime series for adults. This is written under the name Robert Galbraith, but we all know it's J.K. Rowling. And I have the complete, I don't know what its name is, trilogy, which contains The Circle of Fire and The Key. Next, I have the Bind Up of the Shadow Magic trilogy, written by John Lenahan. Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. I read nearly the entire book. I just have like 80 pages left. But I actually originally put this book down because it got water damage. So by this point, I really need to reread the entire book to understand what's going on. Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. Blood of Olympus, which is the last book in the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. No spoilers, please. Thank you. Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. Yes, I did not read this book yet. I have the first two books in the Across the Universe trilogy by Beth Revis, which consists of the Across the Universe, A Million Suns, and I think Shades of Earth is how the third book is called, and Angel Fall by Susan E. The Rule of Thought, which is the sequel to The Eye of Minds, both by James Dashner. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. The Book of Blood and Shadow by Robin Wasserman. 1984 by George Orwell. Yes, I'm ashamed that I have not read this book already. Tales of Mystery and Imagination, which is a bind-up of a couple of Edgar Allan Poe's works. This is the Barnes & Noble's edition. The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. This and the third book in the Raven Boys series are, I think, the only books that I have not read by her by now. The Secret Place by Tana French. The Steel Breeze by Alistair Reynolds. We Are Anonymous by Parmi Olson. Agent to the Stars by John Scalzi. Unquiet Things by Anna Jarzab. Pure by Juliana Bagot. A paperback edition of Rick Riordan's Greek Gods, which was illustrated by John Rocco, and there's a couple of his illustrations in the middle of the book. The Host by Stephanie Meyers. Don't Breathe a Word by Holly Kupala. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. Kiss Me First by Lottie Modach. Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Alan Turning the Enigma, which was written by Andrew Hodges. Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman. Nightfall by Marisha Pezel. The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. This next one is going to be a mouthful, and that is Colors Suzukuri Tsuzaki and His Years of Pilgrimage by Haruki Murakami. There But For Thee by Ali Smith. Lexicon by Max Berry. This Star Won't Go Out. The Iliad and the Odyssey. Is that how you say it? I have absolutely no idea. The Story of King Arthur and His Knights by Howard Pyle. The Truth About the Harry Quebert Affair was written by Joel Dicker and it was translated from French. Becoming Chloe by Catherine Ryan Hyde. The Bone Clocks by David Mitchell. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. The Miniaturist by Jesse Burton. The Brides of Roll Rock Island written by Margot Lanigan. White Space by Isla J. Bick. Alexander God of War by Christian Cameron. Eon and Iona, which is a complete duology by Alison Goodman. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. I have here a box set of the Seven Realms series by Cinda William Chima, or however you say her name. My battery is dying, so we're going to do this really quick. More Than This by Patrick Ness. Venom from Fiona Paul. Passionaires, the sequel to The Blessed by Tony Hurley. Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. The Golem and the Genie by Helen Wecker. I have here the box set of the Song and Ice and Fire series. TBR pile is, and a big number will be somewhere on the screen because I have no way to count that without using a calculator. So as you can see, I need to stop. So my first goal is I need to read more. So I have made a weekly routine where I made sure to save at least half an hour or an hour in my day for reading. The second thing I'm going to do is that when I don't have anything super important for school, I want to make reading a priority for the day. So like no more TV marathons. But the third thing I'm going to do is I will try to go on a sort of book buying ban, but I'm going to do it Lainey style, which is read 5 books and then I can buy 1 book. But instead of going out and buying that 1 book in that month, I'll save up the books that I'm allowed to buy so that when I'll go out to a bookstore, I'll be able to buy a bigger amount of books than just 1 book. And the fourth thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to stay away from bookstores, which is going to be difficult, but I believe I can do it. So thank you for watching this video. I would love to know if there's a certain book on my TBR pile that's your favorite, or that you think that I should really get on to reading already. Or if there's a book there that you think, you know what, I really didn't like that book, try reading your other books first and then get around to reading it, because I do not want to read books that I will hate and then put me in a slump. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll have another video up for you guys soon. Goodbye.